Hey riders, guess who? Just little old me, it's Colin here over at Inside Cycling World. Let's get ourselves set up for this, folks. We're just going to take a look at what we got going on here. Welcome back to the channel. I'm just trying to get this activated here. I've decided to do it this way just so I don't panic when I'm trying to get set up. So there, that's the easy way to do it. When I have it set up in advance, plus you get to see more of me now down in the 10x10 cube of just motivation and hard work, consistency, smash your head against the wall, and some days you're going to break through, folks. Looks like we're just over 2.5 minutes to go here. Dark, dingy, cinder block walls, spiders creeping around everywhere, one lone light bulb just swinging back and forward, spider webs, potentially small rodents creeping around. Just kidding, folks. This is a really nice room down here. Over here, a lot of us has basements. It's kind of like having a house underground. My friend who lives in Vegas, Jason, dude, member of the channel, been supporting me forever. He's just a really good friend. He's an Xbox buddy. Doesn't even like cycling. I've never got him on a bike yet, but he is a monthly member. Thank you so much, Jason. We're going to jump into the race here, folks. Enough about me, enough chit chat here. So what we got to do, click on the camera. Let's shrink me down. Just shrink me right down, folks. We're going to slam me over here, I think, for now. Let's see how that looks on the screen. We're going to check the YouTube thing. Yes. Viewers are in right away. Appreciate it, folks. This is how we do it over here. So, guys, before we get started, you're going to get ready for some awesome action here today. This is the Get Started race. Actually, it's called Get Racing Christmas Countdown. As you can see here, I better jump in, shouldn't I? Cities Loop, so we're out in Australia. This is a route I haven't done yet. Gonna be riding MyWhoosh today, I believe. Lots going on at home here. Kind of like a little bit of emergency over the weekend. Here we are, folks. I can see the crowds already. Spectacular. I did jump in beforehand. 1 minute to go, folks. What do we got on tap today? 25.7 kilometers. Pretty flat. Pretty flat, folks. We're just going to hang out here for a little bit. Let's see if we can bounce back quickly. What I'd like to see, I really want to see people registering early or jumping in early. I think a lot of people are a little bit, I don't want to be the first one on the dance floor. But hey, folks, just someone's got to go out there and do it, right? Boys on one side, girls on the other, all looking at each other, and then you're all hoping that you could be on the dance floor with each other. Get in here, get racing. This is so much fun. We got 37 right now. That might be very close to our record. Little Chris is here, defending his title. Took first place last week. David Brambilla, second. Pasquale Giampaglia, third. And then Rio Mura in fourth place. That's all the stats I've got pulled up right now, folks. 3, 2, 1. Gadoosh. Bang, bang time. Here we go. There's that red elephant. There is the red elephant, folks. So we must be using a same part of the map as before. I think I've just seen this one last week, I believe. So little Chris, very consistent. We saw him last week. Yeah, he moved right up through the field. He was kind of further back and he did that huge bridge up job. There was people up ahead that actually got what I like to call promoted out. I don't want to say disqualified because to me disqualified means you're probably doing something that's not, that cool. Just riders who showed up, maybe have never been here before, and were a little bit too powerful for the class. This is supposed to be for like up to 3 watts per kilo. So I expect some big attacks. Like look at Sasha Migion here off the front. I think as long as his watts per kilo drops down later on, everything's going to be cool. But some guys are going to show up and just absolutely smash it. We got Sasha here, Dennis Verhoeven, Martin Simic, Czech rider, Mark Gamel, Sergio Baruso, Piotti. I think I struggled with this name last week too. Dude, whoever you are, Mr. Italian here, jump on Facebook, send me a message. Give me the how to pronounce your name for a 5-year-old translation for me. Pronunciation. Steen back in the mix. Steen does a lot of racing here. We've got Alistair here too. Remember last week, I think it was the OTR Veteran Series. Alistair on that huge, epic, trying to get across attack. It was so good. Alistair, champion, man, champion. Absolutely loved it. Love seeing all these racers out here, these riders. We got a break already, folks. Got a break already. We've got a group of 4 up front here. Let's have a little look back. Quickly flip to camera 4. I love being in control of this stuff. I've always wanted to do something like this all my life. Have control, move the camera around. It's just fantastic. This is so primo. Guys, you got to jump in. You got to try it out. Make sure you participate in the OTR Virtual Events series. We race this race, the Get Racing series, runs Sundays and Mondays. The big day, I'm going to say it, the day I'm here, Mondays for me, folks. I can't do that Sunday time. Well, you know, sometimes I probably could because I'm awake at that time usually. I think it's 2:30 in the morning. But if I want to be on, if I want to be on fire, like you get out of me over at Inside Cycling World, I'm just going to keep dropping that in there, folks. Yeah, really working hard on the channel right now. Love this racing. I'm figuring with quality pro racing like this, all the stuff I'm seeing over on MyWhoosh, I got to up my game. My boss, Joey Jojo, if you're new to the channel, you don't know, that's my wife. Fingers crossed for Joey tomorrow. Joey had to be taken to the hospital Friday night, Saturday morning at 3 a.m. I heard her crying upstairs. She was in a lot of agony. So I couldn't get her to go to the hospital till like 7:30. I raced her in. She was like in agonizing pain. They did an x-ray. They found a bit of a mass. I don't know what it is yet. They got her on an emergency CT scan, which they called us on Sunday night, which is weird. It's like Sunday night? Like they're on this. So, you know, possibly it's just a really huge kidney stone that's causing her agony, which everyone says is pure murder. Could be something worse. We don't know yet. I'm only going on about this, folks, because I have to be at the hospital so early tomorrow morning. I may miss, but I'm going to try not to, the OTR Tuesdays, flaming fast racing on Tuesdays. Groups came back, folks. Groups came back. See that? You like these hand motions I do? I do these all the time. Just goofing around here, folks. So yeah, we got to be at the hospital in Calgary. That's an hour away. We got to be there for 6:45. So going into rush hour in Calgary, I live in Alberta, Canada, west side of Canada. Calgary's main artery going in is being worked on for the last 2 years. I think we got, okay, we do have a couple of riders off the back. I can see that. Big group here at the front, folks. Yeah, looks like we've got 16 in our group up front, all smashing it. Lots of new names too, and that's what I want to see every week, folks. That's what I want to see. You know, just keep piling in, folks. You're not going to be new for long. You're going to be like a pro veteran very, very quick. Don't be afraid to jump into racing. On my Discord channel, Inside Cycling World, please join. Just join it, guys. You can communicate with me directly there. You can send me a DM there. You can reach out to me on Facebook. I love chatting cycling. You can tell me how you got started. You can tell me you've been doing it 30 years. We'll have something in common. There's a brand new guy on the Discord in a different channel saying he's been subscribed for 3 years, different platform, first race ever this weekend. I think because he's been watching all the videos and seeing what we're up to. So he's finally taking the plunge and he goes, yeah, I just don't want to finish last. Dude, you're not going to finish last. You're not going to finish last. Someone's pushing off the front here right now. Let's check this out. We got Sasha and Mark Gamel again here. Mark, he's got the Spanish flag going. You're pushing in second place. But Sasha at the front, 5.5, 6 watts a kilo here. Sasha, dial it back, bro. Turn it down just a touch. You're going to have to turn this right down, dude. Remember, folks, 3 watts per kilo in this event. Trying to encourage, I don't even want to say new racers, because when I hear 3 watts a kilo, like honestly, I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I don't want to make it seem like, yeah, these people are just, it's their first time on a bike. Because I've always said to people, like, what do you guys think? Put me a comment down below what you think. I'm going to try to do more stuff like this, guys. If you were to take, like, your buddy from work, your girlfriend from over the way, your mom, your dad, and you put them on a bike for like an hour, what do you think their watts per kilo would be? I'm going to say like 1.5 tops. That's what I think. So when I see all these riders here doing 3, 3.5, 3.4, all that stuff, I mean, look at them all. Look at them all. This is solid racing, folks. These are not people that it's their second day on the bike. Not at all. All been training for a long time, you can tell. It's just the level that they're riding at. So we've got some little different groups back here. We should have had 14 in that front group, which might be splintering now. Yep, we got one rider up the road. Is that Sasha? Is Sasha on a tear up there, folks? Let's get up to Sasha here as quick as we can. I love being in control of this. This is how we do it over here. Yeah, he's got a gap. What's Sasha up to? Sasha's going to have to hold this now for what? 20 plus kilometers. Sasha, are you a time trialist? Let's do this. We got a 3-second group, 3-second gap back to the group behind, which looks like it is all 13 of those riders. Let's have a good peek here. We've got little Chris mixed right in there. Alvaro G, Juan Luca. Here's another Juan Luca. We got Pioti there. Steen is right in there. David Rossi just off the back here, getting back into the draft. Fabry Bayer. Where's all my Polish riders? I love seeing all the Polish riders. I definitely see a lot. Definitely see a lot. Yeah, we got a great group here, folks. Looks like Rika is just backing off a touch now. Actually, I noticed zero power there for a second. I wonder if they had a small disconnect with their Wi-Fi at home. That's most likely what I'm thinking it is. Get on there, dude. Come on, Rika. Let's go, bro. Let's go. I love seeing riders who battle their way back on. Dude, now is your time. They're riding just over 3. You're going to have to ride at least 4 here to get on. He's got a 2-second gap, folks. Let's quickly take time to bounce back. 47 seconds back. Looks like we've got a group of 3 riders here. Malcolm Pritchard, Thomas Simonson, and Paulchen Panther. Ooh, the Panther. 33 seconds behind that, we got Luca Kempenga and David Napik. Further 11 seconds, Yaroslav Balaban, Nell Bark, Stefan Pla, and Johan Lassalle. Also throw Mauro Malatesta in there, just getting back on with these riders. Fabio Mortens, just a mere 7 seconds behind them. H. Andy, 5 seconds back from that. Then we got Michael Nielsen. Whoa, this might be gravel. Maybe that's what GRVL stands for. I'm sure he's wrecked gravel. Maybe he brought the gravel bike today, folks. He's got those knobby tires on, slowing him down right now. Good to see him here. Then we got Dennis van der Ruden, Oscar Pera. Oh, I saw Hutch earlier. Hutch didn't get started. Or Hutch actually looks like they might have broken down. Had a little bit of mechanical, folks. So we do have 32 riders actively moving. Great numbers. I want to see that grow, folks. Make it grow. Invite your buddies over. Let's do this. Let's bounce our way back up. Hopefully the bounces aren't too big so my PC can handle it. Ooh, a bit of a climb here, folks. Look at this. Remember how I said it was flat? Well, I guess I was lying. Guess I was lying, folks. Yeah, some of these courses are designed with wicked little bumps in them. I mean, these things aren't going to be kilometers long, but just, yeah, look at this. 9, 10, 11%. Really cool seeing this. So here is Rika. Rika's now with Steen. So Rika got back on, but the field is stretched out on the hill. Maybe Rika's a climber. Rika, you hear how I said that? Rika, the climber. So he's in his territory now. So on those flats, he was struggling a little bit. Back on course now. In his territory, he's going to start climbing up the field. So here's that group that's just ahead of him. Mark. Little Chris. Mario Nicodemo, new rider again. Fabry Bayer, Pioti, Juan Luca, Sergio, they're all here, folks. Alvaro. Wow, this was just smashed apart here. Actually, that group's doing really good. They're coming back to the front now. Sasha has fallen back now, riding 4th place overall, with Martin Semick, David Rossi, and Dennis Verhoeven right at the very front. These 3 pushing hard now up this hill, folks. You're going to see these numbers get elevated. So when I say 3 watts a kilo, that doesn't mean you go over 3 watts a kilo, you're out. It's going to be like your average wattage. So whenever I even do group rides, I host a Tuesday, Thursday group ride. And I've seen on other group rides, well, man, you were riding at 3, though, when you said 2.2. I don't know, dude, but going up the hills, when we climb up the hill, we're going to do 4. When we go down the hill, we're going to do 1. It all averages out. Just average it all out. Let's jump into the chat. We got these 3 riders here. Actually, let's put the camera back here. Have a little, okay, so we're gonna have to bounce back a little bit more. Let's get on Sasha here, who's now being caught by Alvaro. Yeah, Alvaro moving forward, pushing close to 4 watts a kilo. He's like, I'm in the wrong group. I got to get up there. I see those 3 ahead of me. I got to make my move now. Catch them on the hill. There's still a chance. We're going to climb for a little bit, dip down, and continue climbing. Then we're on a long runaway downhill, folks. Remember, this is 1 lap, 25.7 kilometers. We will have a look back here. Who's coming up next? Pioti coming up strong. Strong here. So Sasha, you know, comfortable on the flats out front, maybe burnt some matches, maybe more of a time trialist. I'm not sure. I don't know all the details on all these riders yet. Every week, folks, I'm learning more about every single one of you. Definitely send me some info about yourself. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I love all the details. Mario is here. Alistair, working nicely again. Juan Luca. Okay, let's bounce to the chat for a second, see if we got anyone in the chat. I love the chat. Ruben's here. Good evening, everyone. Hey, Ruben. Good to see you. Penelope's back. And Penelope's saying, excruciating is a word I've heard. So, oh, with the kidney stones. Yes, I know. I did get Joey out the door this morning, folks. Let's mix this in with the race coverage. So she's off to work. So we're going to be up probably like 5 a.m. tomorrow morning to like get out the door. Definitely something you don't want to be late for because we got to get to the hospital. And you know what hospital's like. We're going to the Rocky View Hospital in Calgary. I think I've been there once in the time the hospital's been there. So parking, it's like, where do we go? Oh, we parked really too far and we're on the opposite end of the hospital. It's going to be one of those deals tomorrow. But I'm figuring 6:45 in the door. She needs to be there. The changing, the whatever she has to do. Put her in the big tube. Whatever, you know that thing. Warp space, warp factor 9. Oh, I can see riders up ahead there. This is so awesome. Alistair's up ahead, now dropping down, getting ready to climb again. Chasing after Sergio here. Sasha just ahead. Sasha's actually gaining now on Pioti and Alvaro. So we got these 3 together. There's a 4th just up ahead. We got Mario now. I think Mario's moved right up through the field. Dennis Verhoeven, David Rossi, and Martin should all be together. Actually, Dennis is just 2 seconds back. Go, dude. Go. Get on now. What I'm hoping for Dennis here is that maybe when we hit the next bump coming up, the 2 ahead will back off a little bit, thinking we're going to coast. If Dennis can jump a bit then, he should be able to snag his way right back on, folks. So yeah, get Racing Series. This is the Christmas countdown we're doing. Let's keep this laptop open here in case I need anything. Sunday, Monday, join the Monday race. I don't want to say that really. Just that's my time slot. So that's when I want to see the biggest numbers. Yeah, look at this. Dennis is getting back on. The 2 up front backed off and Dennis kept pushing. He's back with them. Get in the draft, dude. He's in it now. Just rolling past them here. Martin digging in now, over 5 watts a kilo. They're attacking the second bump here. We have actually climbed quite a bit already, I guess. 135 meters. Oh, those 2 just launch. David and Martin going for it here, folks. I do want to check something here, folks. See how the OBS is looking. Okay, I wanted to make sure I wasn't covering numbers up. Got to work on some better lighting. It looks like I'm in some kind of horror movie here with the evil lighting beneath me. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening, folks. Joey said I need to go full pro to do pro race coverage, so that studio redesign I've been talking about forever. I may put a TV behind me over here. I may have to move my bike over there, get the camera moving back a little bit so we can do things like this. Shredded. Shredded. That's what you have to do. Whenever you say shredded to someone, you just do that. And they'll wonder why. Make sure you got the hands at the perfect angle too. Kind of like that. Shredded. That's what you do. Dennis falling back again. Doesn't want to hang with these 2 on the climbs. Hopefully he'll do bridge back across on this downhill here. Alvaro riding solo right now. Sasha and Pioti together. We got Sergio. Hey, Sergio. Haven't seen this rider yet. Mario Nicodemo together. Rika. Remember I said earlier, Rika was the climber? Look at him. I think he honestly is. This is his area. He likes to be on the climbs. He's just been weaving his way up this climb. He was the rider before that was just dangling off the back in his territory, climbing. OTR Virtual Events, Veteran Series signs on the side of the road. Let me talk about that. That's Fridays, folks. I think there's... I think we're doing a 3-week mini-series is what we're doing. So the series ended last Friday. 8 rounds. That's Series 5. There was 8 races to do. Fantastic racing. I loved it. So many cool riders. So many hitters that show up too. You know what's really cool is that on some of these events, you're going to see some of the top guys from Sunday Race Club show up. They're showing up. I watched Sunday Race Club this morning, and I saw Wouter Klaes on there. I'm pretty sure he won the sprint last Tuesday on the Flaming Fast Racing. So when you see those guys show up, Torsten, Johan, Wouter, and there's names I'm going to forget. I apologize. I'm trying to learn everyone's names now. I'm watching all the Sunday Race Clubs. I'm on MyWhoosh info, scrolling down, looking at all the stats, learning a bit about people every time, what races they've done. But yeah, Wouter came in and just laid down the sprint. So awesome. And then I saw on Sunday Race Club, he was doing the same thing. I think they had a points, they had a sprint section. And in his category, I think he's in a blue jersey. I think blue is Cat 3, I believe. So Sunday Race Club, they have 4 categories, 4, 3, 2, 1. They wear different jerseys. So there's a gold, I think category. So category 4, I think is green. Blue is 3, 2 is red, I think. I could be messing that up, folks. Don't really listen to me on that. I'm just kind of faking my way through that there. But yeah, Rika loves the climbing. Bouncing back. We got Martin back together. Dennis using the downhills to his advantage. Getting back on with them every time. Currently 11 kilometers in, folks. So yeah, Tuesday, there's a race tomorrow. Luckily, that's at noon tomorrow. And I should be back home by then. Ooh, when am I going to feed the animals tomorrow, folks? I am not feeding the animals at 5 a.m. Okay, well, I'll feed them an extra bunch of food tonight. And the beauty now is, guys, the weather's broken. I said I lived in Alberta, Canada. We've had, wow, what a change in the weather. Holy, when the Chinooks hit here, so our weather's been kind of a little bit gruesome. I'm not saying this is super cold by any means, but since a week from Thursday, it's been no higher than minus 12 Celsius. So, 10, 11 days of it. Even this morning when I went outside, I was like in the coveralls. I was in an anorak dog mushing jacket that I still have from my dog mushing days. Ask me questions, folks. I trained and raced sled dogs across Western Canada for 21 years, from the start to the very end, 1997 to 2018. So I know what cold is. I've actually slept outside, probably at about minus 42, minus 43. And when I mean sleep, I mean get in the sleeping bag, close your eyes, wake up. Close your eyes, wake up, because you're afraid you're not going to get back up. Dogs do fine in it if you have the right type of dogs. So we got these 3 up front here. I guess my story I didn't finish. I'm the master of not finishing stories. I like to weave a lot of stories in here, folks. Is that I woke up this morning, and it was cold out there still. Not as brutal as the last few nights of minus 21. I think it was about minus 15. It's minus 1 now. So when you look west, we can just barely see the mountains here. They're right there, though. You'll see the clouds. It'll be all overcast, but on the horizon, you'll see like an arch. It looks like an arch with clear blue sky behind it. That's the Chinook winds blowing in. It's the warm winds coming across the mountains, and it always forms that Chinook arch. It would be similar to like the Santa Ana winds off California. I think it's the Sirocco's. Is that North Africa? Maybe that's Spain. There's all parts of the world where they have these warming and cooling winds that are prevalent all the time. Ours are Chinooks here. There's your meteorology of the week, folks. 5th place here, we got Pioti. Pioti was with Sasha before. Sasha's backing it off now, folks. Rika, doing well, is actually catching up with Sasha here. Mario, is with Alistair. Dogs are going to go ballistic upstairs. They go on these little barking, howling things. It's like having sled dogs in the old days. Yes, they do howl together. Yep, they're howling now. Juanluca Torrens here. Malcolm Pritchard. Got some nice groups, folks. These are going to be some nice sprints later. Juanluca, Malcolm, and Fabry here. Mark Gammel's with them as well. Just 1 second back. Come on, Mark. Let's go, buddy. Let's go. Get in there. He's pushing hard to get them. Little Chris riding a lot further back today. Little Chris won last week. So, and I think Little Chris won the series before as well, if I'm correct. So yeah, I do have the Get Racing Christmas Countdown Round 1 results, Race 1 results, and it's Chris Little Chris. David Brambilla second, and I don't think David's here, and I don't think Pasquale's here today either, so Little Chris here just racking up points. Second and third place are not even in the mix. Let's hope we got some other riders here that have already scored points to give them a little bit of a challenge. Ramiro Valagas, Steen, Luca Campenga. Yeah, these riders seem to be really split up today. I think that climb just absolutely destroyed the field. Well, we got Paulchin Panther coming up. It just seems now there's a lot of solo riders, like tons of them. All seem to be solo riders. Johan, solo. David here, solo. Stefan, solo. Very few groups today, which is quite strange. Let's bounce our way up here and see what we can see. Panther's probably going to catch Thomas up ahead. But see what I'm saying here? They're all solo for some reason. Ooh, here's one of those bridge crossings that can be devastating at times. Little Chris is on it right now. Let's have a little look back. He's got someone chasing him right now. You can just see them in the distance there coming up the hill. Bouncing up to Fabry here. Okay, now we got this is kind of our first group. All the way up the field, we now have a group. We got 3 riders here. Bouncing up to Mark, who is chasing after Sergio. Oh, someone just pulled the pin there, folks. Looks like someone just backed it off. Was that Sasha? It was Sasha. Sasha's just backed it off. Riders coming by now. So, did Sasha disconnect? Is that all Sasha had time for today? I've seen that happen before too. And I've done it on events as well. I've had a really short event, and I've seen people talk about it before. Hey man, I was chasing after this dude the whole way. As soon as I caught him, he quit. Well, maybe not. Because I've had events where it's been like a 40K route, and I'm like, all I got time for is 20K today. That's all I'm doing. And there was a dude behind me, and it's happened to me too. I'm like, why did they quit? That's probably all they had time for. Pull the pin. They're out. It's not because you're chasing them. It might be. Ooh, okay, this is looking better here now. We got 4 together here now, folks. Let's bounce up to Alistair here, who is with Mario. Let's get a little quick look back here. Here they are together. Further up the road, we got Rika. Rika is doing really well. Rika is now with Pioti. So we got these 2 riders here. Bouncing further up. Oh, 4 riders now, folks. So it was David, Martin, and Dennis. Alvaro's up there with them now. Alvaro is right in the mix, folks. Let's have a little look back here. We've got more riders right nearby. Didn't I see? Oh, sorry. Saw 102 and I thought it was a 2-second gap. Let's just hang out with these guys for a bit. Let's give you a little look at how they look on their bikes. The overhead. We'll follow them like this for now. Let's get up to the helicopter. Let's get back to the chopper. Okay. Patrick McDaniel here is asking, when is the Sunday race? Graham Gilbert. Yes, Graham. Ale. Or Venga Venga. That's the other one. And Melanie Wells here as well saying good evening. That's Lars Das Gupta Schmidt here. The Sunday race, Patrick is asking, I'm assuming you're talking about, would that be the big Ruby race coming up? I think that's what that is. For me, it's 8:15 in the morning, 8:15 a.m. I think that's what you're talking about there. Guys, I'll also be doing, I might as well announce it here right now, I'm going to be doing some coverage of another series starting up this Saturday with the Echelon Racing Series. So I reached out to them just out of the blue, said, hey dude, here I am. His name's Eric Hill. They're part of, they are Project Echelon, which is, I guess, I don't know a lot about it, but I did do some reading on it. It's to help disabled veterans, and I hate even using that word disabled. I mean, these guys went to war, if you want to call it that, serving their country, got hurt somehow, and it's enabling them to get active in sports, cycling, and they've been doing it through the esports method. You know, it's safe, you're at home. Trust me, guys, I like to ride at home too. I want to be safe as well. So that's kicking off this Saturday, folks, December 7th, and they have their big leagues coming in. Guys, the elite riders are coming. Hayden Pucker's coming in. I saw Jason Osborne's coming. And I saw a really cool thing. Hayden was talking. He doesn't know me from a hole in the ground. Seems like a super cool dude. He finished 5th at the UCI Esports World Championships. Young dude. They call him Farm Watts. And let's rewind it a bit. When I was down in Mexico, I listened to 8 podcasts. I'm like, MyWhoosh, I'm in. So I thought, I'm going to listen to all the podcasts. And I heard Matt Smithson saying that when Hayden showed up, they were like, well, we've seen his numbers, but are they real? Like, he is like a beast. So yeah, they're real, folks. But the cool thing about Hayden Pucker, is that he got into esports through the Echelon Racing. So and you know what? I don't think he's even been in that long. He's just like, right, like shooting star. So he's going to be at the events this weekends. So what I'll be doing is I won't be doing the, what do you want to call it? The big leagues, the elite racing. I'm going to cover the category C, B, and the para events. There's men's and women's events. So I'm not sure which one I'm going to be in when. But I'm going to cover one of each along the way. 6-week race series. Just get into it, folks. I think people can still register for it. I think there's kind of a registration process. It's Central Time, North America. So I think for me, I think it's like 8:45 in the morning, something like that, Central Time. So that might be 7:45 for me. I got to check that out. I will be making some announcements on social media. I've already put it on the Inside Cycling World page. Let's get back to our camera view here, folks, and see what David's up to here. So these riders are all riding right around that 3 watts a kilo. Rika, who was gaining a lot before, seems to have fallen back a little bit. That might have just been the nature of the course. So yeah, if you can watch those videos, that'd be great. Please come support them. Penelope, thank you so much. Yeah, please like the videos if you can, guys. It gets them to other people. If I put out videos and they don't get liked, YouTube doesn't even share them to anyone. Ruben, it's going to be like a 3 watts per kilo average. So, and anyone that ends up being like, 4.5 watts per kilo average, as I call it, they're promoted out. They need to be racing in a higher category. So like last week, little Chris, who was round 1 winner, he wasn't first overall. The riders ahead got relegated, if you want to call it, promoted, whatever you want to call it. What's going on with the watts? Penelope, I'm not sure what you're seeing there. I'll have to watch that a bit closer. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe some are just resting up a little bit. It's supposed to be right around a 3 watt per kilo. It's kind of like, and again, this is not introductory racing if you're riding at 3 watts per kilo. It's not at all. So we still have our group of 4. These guys are all like, I mean, you can see here, cruising along now. On those hills, it's kind of like when you go on a group ride, guys. Like I was saying earlier, if I go on a 2 watt per kilo group ride, I'm going up the hill at 4, if I can. Get to the top, bring it back down. I mean, that's kind of standard, right? So I think they're looking for that right around 3 watt per kilo average. This isn't, there's no, I guess, how do I explain it? There's no big money in this. There's no 2 power sources in this. There's no weigh-ins for this. This is basically, if you've got your controllable trainer, you're good to go. It's not going to be policed really well where, you know, the Sunday Race Club, there's a list of regulations there, folks. You need your 2 power sources. You need a video weigh-in. You have to do the power passports. And I believe you have to do a weigh-in session where you're on video weighing yourself, weighing the weight. Then I think they weigh themselves with the weight. All filmed. Someone else has to do it for you, I think, so that you're in the image the whole time. And then when you race 2, you need to be on video, just like me, so that they can see you on your bike. They can also see what kind of bike you're riding, in case there's anything sneaky or suspect going on. Okay. Yeah, I think they were riding over 3 watts per kilo because they were going up hills and stuff like that. So it's going to be like an average. You know, a good group average around 3 watts a kilo is what we want to see here for the racers. And most likely there will be some people that will get told to go race at the next class. So they should be jumping into tomorrow's race, the Tuesday race, Fleming Fast Racing. Was that one that, yeah, I think there's been a few ladies showing up to those too, Penelope. We have 2 ladies that have been showing up. Margaret Docking, I remember that name. And there was a new lady last week. And I've been told during the last chat, I think it was, that I did, that Chris Dark's wife said she's going to start racing on MyWhoosh. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think they do a lot of cycling together. So let's get some more ladies in here. You know, guys, let's just try to grow this if we can. And like Penelope says, please like the videos. That's Joey's #1 pet peeve for me. Why aren't they liking your videos? Aren't you asking them? Like the videos, like. There, Joey, I did it. Because she'll say, no, you didn't. I'm like, yeah, I did. Trust me. Yeah, guys, just support the channel. You know what to do. You got your YouTube algorithms. There's a membership section too. I don't really push that much, but if you could consider becoming a member, if you really like this stuff, let's keep it plowing forward, folks. I'm still doing all my other stuff too. Actually, I was trying to make a schedule this morning where I'm covering races on what days. I'm going to have to make myself a full schedule. Check this out, guys. We got 4 here now. Alistair, Mario, Pioti, and Rika back together. So Rika was really gaining hard. He climbed like a demon, was catching up, and now is just slowly drifting back. I wonder if he went maybe a touch too hard or just couldn't bridge that gap up to those other riders. Bouncing back 26, we got Malcolm and Mark together. 9-10 seconds back, we got Sergio and Fabry here. Kind of a little split right now. Full minute back, we got Chris, who's now up into 13th place. I think Chris is starting to put the hammer down a bit now. Riding right at that 3 watts a kilo type range. Chris looks like he is about the same size as me. I think I talked about this last time. I think I said we were like twins, something like that. Same weight. Right? It looks like he's right around that 90 kilograms, I believe. So, there we go, folks. Got Gianluca chasing him. Ramiro. Steen. Yeah, so this is where we're going to be all these single riders for some reason. Somehow the race just played out that they all got just separated. So kind of long, lonely days for them, folks. But we're going to have some good sprints coming up. We're going to have at least 2-3 really solid sprint groups coming in. Oh, here we go, folks. Here we go. Alvaro's off the front, slamming out 8 watts per kilo right now. He's really ramping it up, folks. Dennis Verhoeven here, coming up out of the aquarium, 5 watts kilo. These aquariums, look really, really well designed for attack points. You think, okay, you're looking at the pretty aquarium. Yeah, you got to climb up out of them 4 or 5%. Smash yourself up there. And the 4 are now all busted apart, folks. Alvaro, okay, let's let that catch up. Probably pushing too hard. This rider is probably a little bit too strong for this category here, so that'll all be corrected later. The OTR Virtual Events, James Ogilvie will announce that later today as to who the actual winners are. Let's get back into the chat here. We'll hang out with Alvaro for a bit. Thanks, Graham. Graham says, dude, and I love this kind of stuff, man. This is what keeps me going. And when I say some days I feel like I'm slamming my head against a wall, that's what it feels like some days. But like Graham says it here, dude, thank you so much. Live stream is amazing. Great commentary. Thanks, dude. This is what I want to do. I'm waiting for my call up to the big leagues. I'm just waiting for it, folks. I can do it. I can talk a mile a minute. You'll see. Let's get back to the race here, folks. Let's get back to Martin here. See, yeah, they completely fell apart there. Look at the gaps here now. Alvaro up ahead. You're going to see the numbers change quite quick. They'll move back and forward real fast. You'll see big gaps come down quick, just depending where they are on the course. Like, obviously, if they're 10 seconds ahead, they get over the climb, they're going to be gone. So it'll stretch it out real fast. Dennis Verhoeven. Dennis was really good at pulling himself back. David Rossi, 12 seconds behind Dennis at the moment. Alvaro's got a huge lead here. So, you know, like, looking at some of these numbers, I don't know about anyone in the top 4 or 5 right now. They might be just a step up above what we want to see here. And that's okay. It's a race within a race, folks. Race within a race. You know, it's kind of like when we do a group ride and some guys show up and they decide they want to race. Go ahead. Doesn't bother me. I said I'm going to ride at 2. I'm going to ride at 2. If you want to ride 5 and 6 at the front and kill each other, have at her. It doesn't really affect me. So yeah, these guys are doing their own thing here. What I like is that there's more and more racers coming out every week supporting these events. Lots of Italians here today, folks. There's 4 Italians right here. Got a Czech rider, a Belgian, Spaniard. Then the Brits get a lot of Brits too. And like I said earlier, the Polish. They are always here. Maybe this week, not so much. Some great racing last week. OTR Veterans Events on Fridays. Awesome racing there, folks. Jump in. We're starting a 3-week. OTR Virtual Events is starting a 3-week Christmas mini-series there. It's going to kick off again this Friday. Yeah, it kicks off this Friday. That's right. It's kind of second-guessing myself there. Incredible racing, diverse groups. I think we're doing Bruges. Because I said we again. I'm here, so I guess I gotta say we. I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, we're doing Bruges. Is that how you say it, Ruben? Is it Bruges, or you just say Bruges? I remember a movie with Colin Farrell in it, in Bruges, and I think it was called In Bruges. Him and that, Colin Farrell and Colm something or other. I think he's an Irish actor. I think it was some kind of crime show. What a beautiful city. Let's go to the chat, see if we can do some geography. Oh yeah, Alistair has to do dab finish. Dude, I love it so much. Someone else said that once before, and dude, when people say that, like, you are the next Phil Liggett. Thanks, dude. You're the man. I appreciate it. That's kind of like who I think of the voice of cycling is Phil Liggett. Second to none. The second. Okay, Ruben. What is Ruben saying here? The second. Okay, Ruben, I missed that. A little bit lost there. Maybe I asked Ruben a question. Let's go back to the front here and see how Alvaro's doing. Yeah, like, I mean, Alvaro is just a strong rider pushing really hard at the front. So, unfortunately, great for coming out and racing. Probably going to be promoted out. 25.2 kilometers, folks. Coming up to the finish now. We're only 500 meters to go. Yes, this is the Big Olive. The Big Olive right here on the side of the roads, folks. The left-hand side of the road, the Big Olive. And then you'll see the elephant down the road. I think it's a red elephant, not a pink one. Just down the road. So, looking at these numbers, maybe Rika is where we want to be. And, you know, I don't really have any say in what those cutoffs are. I'm just your loyal commentator here. So Alvaro, nice strong ride. Going to finish in just over 41 minutes. Get ready for the flash pots, folks. Love it. So WWF wrestling. Dennis Verhoeven coming in next. Really great job by Dennis here to pull himself back after being dropped what seemed 2 to 3 times on those climbs. Seemed that he could always claw his way back on the downhills and the flats. Smart riding. Dennis, probably 2, is probably too strong of a rider for this class. So, Dennis, come back for tomorrow. Come back for tomorrow. I'm going to say there's probably a 95% chance I am going to make it. 5% chance I won't. All depends what happens and how long we're stuck at that hospital for. Do the hour drive home. Take care of the animals. Jump inside. I'll set up the stream tonight. That's what I'm getting better at too now. I'm setting up all the streams in advance. So you're going to see all these streams, guys. Upcoming. Just read the details and you know what I'm talking about. Second place, David Rossi coming next. This gives me a chance to get a breather here. Actually, I think he was coming to the finish line. Yeah, he's coming to the finish line too. What I'll do right now, folks, let's just do this. Here, I'm going to pull myself down here into that corner. What are we going to miss? Yeah, let's just do that. That's just going to show the mini map. So now you can actually see the leaderboard in the top left-hand corner of ROG, Dennis Verhoeven, first and second. We haven't seen first yet for this race, folks. That's going to change, I think. So David Rossi will get third. Probably still rode too strong. Martin probably was too strong for this event too. I think we're going to be back here somewhere. Where's that little Chris character? Here he comes. It's coming up through the field. So little Chris actually won the last series. Peyote here. Just ahead of Rika. Alistair Gilbert. Yeah, and Alistair, we need a dab finish. I want to see emotes, folks. If you're riding and you're watching the videos and you manage to bump into them somewhere along the way, when I spotlight you, give me an emote. Give me an emote if you can. Then I know you're watching. I know there's certain people that do it as I mention it, so I love seeing it. Alistair pulling away here. Look at him. He's digging in. He's trying to dump Mario right now. Now, folks, you're going to say, well, he was doing 6 watts a kilo. That's okay. He's allowed to attack. We want to see the overall average around 3. 700 meters to go. So looks like Alistair did a really smart move there. Mario's trying to come back, though. It's only 1 second back here, folks. Let's get the action camera focused here. You can see Alistair holding off Mario right now. This is, yeah, they're pushing hard now, folks. Alistair pushing like close to 5 watts a kilo here on this finishing straight. Again, you're allowed to attack. Numbers can get above the 3. It's not like you hit 3, you're out. It's not, yeah, it's not like that. So Alistair has managed to hold off Mario. Let's bounce back to Mario here. And I do want to show you this camera angle just up here. Can we see any other riders? Looks like Malcolm is just 11 seconds back. He's probably just off the edge of the screen here. If this helicopter pilot, he's not as good as my other helicopter pilot. You guys know what I'm talking about. He be in on the action, folks. Another video coming in that department very soon, folks. I need to put the commentary to it. And then let Joey Jojo, the boss, give it the once over. She's very on me now about being super professional and doing this. Anytime I say, but no excuses, Colin. But you're just making excuses. This is all I hear now. Am I making excuses? Well, I guess technically they are excuses, but I think they're good ones. Like when I'm in a panic trying to get a stream going and I realize I haven't even set up the YouTube stream yet. This is the life I lead, folks. So that's why I'm going to take some time and get it all figured out. I'm looking for a sprint bunch here, folks. Got a couple of riders here. Chris is riding solo. Great job, Chris. See here? The Sergio might be in the lead, actually. Or maybe Fabri even. Malcolm is... Oh, Malcolm's finished too. Sorry, folks. Fabri's just finished. 10th place. Here comes Sergio. Sergio is just going to come around this left-hand bend here and see the finish line. And little Chris is only a minute back. Awesome stuff. Yeah, so guys, like I was saying before, and I hate to do this cross-platform. Well, not cross-platform. This weekend is all MyWhoosh. Saturday. If you feel like getting crazy for the next 6 weeks, it's Saturday racing. Try to see if you can enter it. They said they're still accepting registrations. Little Chris coming in next. So yeah, I think little Chris might be first or second this week. Maybe second, third. It's hard to tell from here. I'll talk with James right away about this and see what he's going to do here today. So Little Chris coming in. Going to bounce back to Yaroslav here. Yaroslav riding nice right around where he should be. Gianluca, more chill now. Ramiro Villegas. Let's go to the chat, folks. Did I even see Alistair finish? Did I miss Alistair's finish? I think I did. Yeah, I missed Alistair's finish. But yeah, great job for Alistair. You're getting third. So yeah, it's great seeing people in the chat cheering other people on. Guys, jump in the chat anytime you like. Drop some messages. Penelope saying, I kind of like you. You're not always being perfect. More human. Yeah, well, that's me, Penelope. Authentic, natural. I always say that. No script whatsoever here, folks. Really good memory, though. Really good memory. So we've got 11 riders. Actually, we've got 13 riders finished right now. We're going to bounce up here. Ramiro. Gianluca is just coming up to the finish now. We've got a rider just ahead of him, too. Yaroslav, who's finished. Oh, sorry, they both finished. I need to come back here. Here's our next finisher. The 13th was Yaroslav. 14th was Gianluca. So, guys, anyone that raced here today, I see a lot of brand new names. Come back tomorrow. I think tomorrow we start 1 hour later. It's at noon my time. Shredded. I just said that for no reason. Yeah, look at all this cool stuff on the side of the road. I'm always looking for different things. I feel like making a video about where's all the cool nightlife spots you can stop at. Where's all the cool coffee shops, bike shops. Someone would watch that. So Ramiro is finishing now, 15th place. Awesome. Luca coming in. Guys, if you like this racing, get back tomorrow. Tuesdays, just jump in. Even the Veteran Series on Fridays, it's not like there's a formal registration for it. Just jump in. You'll get some points. You can jump in for the first one and jump in for the last one. Skip the second one. Please don't. But you can. You're not, your hands aren't tied. You haven't signed a contract signing your life away. Just jump in and race. Jump in and race. The more we support these community events, the bigger they're going to get. And they'll just start snowballing. They'll get bigger and bigger. And then it'll be like OTR is the place to be for your race series. And it is growing now. So really cool to see that. Community events, folks. Some pretty awesome racing at the community events. I've seen some epic battles. Actually, I just saw the video again this morning. Steen, pretty chill here at the finish. Oh. See him digging in a little bit now. Back to his 3 watts a kilo. Nice stuff, Steen. There's a video I did just a while ago, and I was reading the description because I've put videos on YouTube with no description. Those are the days when I'm doing like 3 and 4 streams per day. I've done them. So it gets too busy, and then I'm forgetting what I'm doing. But there was one there. This description said, "Stick around for the final battle." Like it was probably the best part of the video was the last 2 riders on course. It was a Jebel Hafid climb, and I think it was it was a Get Racing group, like 3 watt per kilo group, and it was awesome, great stuff. Steen coming in next in 17th place. Johan just down the road. Yeah, so now folks, we got just a bunch of like single riders here. Like it's really weird how this one played out today. Okay, I see one little group here. So Johan's going to finish in 17th. Oh, sorry. Johan's going to finish in 18th. Here we go, folks. I knew I saw one group together here. Get it, boys. Get it. So Johan's up the road. We got Dennis Van Ruden here and Thomas Simonson. And then just behind them, there's another group of 2. So it looks like Thomas might be letting him get away. Let's have a little look here at Dennis again. Looking back, you can just see Thomas hanging out back there. Is Thomas going to... Thomas is lighting it up now, folks. I was just going to say, is he going to light up? All of a sudden, I see 6 watts a kilo. So he's closed the gap just a little bit. Does he have enough energy left to get him? Looks like he's going to try again. He's getting on his wheel now. Okay, Thomas, if you want this, you've got 400 meters to do it. He's getting into the draft now. He should be probably in the draft right about now. How is this going to play out, folks? How is this going to play out? Yes, here they go. Side by side, folks. Side by side. Dennis going off now, folks. There goes Dennis. Dennis dropping close to 8 watts per kilo. Thomas just doesn't have enough left in the tank here, but still working hard. There's the gap, folks. We had one rider stuck in the start chute. Good effort there. Good effort by Thomas to get back on. So yeah, David Napick coming around the corner here. Stefan Pla is right there. 5-second gap though here. 500 meters left. Ooh, that's going to be a hard one. That's going to be really hard to come back to that one. Further back, we got Nell Bark, 13 seconds back. So guys, too, also, if you know any of these riders, if you bump into them on any of the virtual Facebook pages that we all hang out on, I'm on all of them now, share the video with those friends. Hey, man, did you know there's a video? And the dude's going to go, huh? Yeah, you're in it, man. Yeah, you're in it. This guy you don't know is talking about you. What? One of those things. People like that. That's why I do this. Nell Bark coming next. So let's see the finish here. So yeah, we got Thomas finish. So Dennis and Thomas were battling it out to the finish. David Napick coming in solo. Stefan Pla should be just lighting up on the leaderboard right away. He just lit up on the leaderboard right there. Nell Bark will be next in 23rd place. We're going to bounce back to Morrow now. Morrow's still out there battling. And jump back to the chat for a little bit. Whoa. Oh, yeah, okay. So Phil Liggett the second. Oh, the second, yes. Man, Phil Liggett is like my hero. I've been watching him since like, or at least hearing his voice since the mid-'80s, guys. Like the master, just the Phil Liggett one-isms. I'm making my own. And when I say making, I don't like plan them out. It's just things I say, and I keep saying them. Okay, so sorry that sounded better. Okay, yep. Missed all that stuff. Ruben says, sorry that sounded better in my head. Yeah, if I could be anything close to Phil Liggett, yeah, sign me up, bro. Sign me up. I mean, you just got to really be passionate about it. You got to have an interest in what you're doing. You got to know just enough about cycling to know what you're talking about. Remember people's names. Sometimes I find too, how can I put it? Sometimes if you get like a pro athlete and say, here, dude, here's a mic. Here's your mic. And go. I've seen it in every sport. Some of them are really terrible at it. Some of the best commentators out there have nothing to do with the sport. And that's okay. You don't really have to. Although I do ride my bike a lot. So, did a ride yesterday. I will be riding after this. Tomorrow may be a bit wacky with getting up so early, going to the hospital, getting home, doing the flaming fast racing that I need everyone here to show up for. Everyone should show up for that race. It's going to be 12 noon my time. I think someone was making a comment about my pronunciation of, oh yeah, my pronunciation of Bruges. Bruges. I don't know. I just remember that movie. The only reason I know of Bruges is because of that movie, Colin Farrell and Colm, whatever his name is. You guys know who I'm talking about. He's the guy with curly hair. He always kind of plays like a gangster or Irish mob guy. Colm, C-O-L-M. I think he was in a Star Trek or something, maybe. I need Steven Cycles here now because he watches every movie on the planet. He's got some fun stuff to talk about. Next, we're going to have Morrow coming in here. So we had David Napick in 21st, Stefan 22nd, Nell Bark in 23rd. Morrow's going to come next in 24th. We're going to hang out to the end, folks. See, the totally brand new names here, like Fabio Martins, Oscar Pera. What happened to my Polchin Panther? I think we lost the Polchin Panther along the way. Fabio Martins here. Looks like Portuguese rider. So yeah, folks, you can see here we have different levels of riders here. Some were pushing way too hard at the front, and some are in that 1.5 to 2 watts per kilo range, and that's what we want to see. We want those riders to come out and participate. Michael Nielsen here, H. Andy. Whenever I see Andy, I think Andy. You guys know who I'm talking about, Andy. So yeah, Moro's done. We're gonna have a little bit of weight here now. We got 1.2 kilometers to go for 1.4 kilometers to go for H. Andy to come in. Back to the chat. Yeah, Ruben says, sorry, sounded better in my head after he said, what did he say? God, I'm an authentic loser. Yes. Yes. Dude, I'm super authentic. I am super authentic, au naturel. Like I told you, there's going to be no edits in these live streams of me cutting in and out. That's never going to happen. Daniel Campbell here. It was a trip watching one of your videos and being referenced. DC Pre-44. Hey, dude, you've been riding with us. Dude, this is my memory. This is my memory. Sometimes I totally botch it. You have been riding on the Tuesday, Thursday, 1.5 to 2.5 watts per kilo. Thank you very much. Shredded. Right? Am I right, Daniel? That's where you've been with us. I've seen you on quite a few of them, and I've always been like, who's this dude? Oh yeah, you got to get some gold coins. I think I might have mentioned that someone needs to lend you a bike. Whenever I see someone on a cruddy bike in there, I'm like, oh, we got to lend this guy a bike. Yeah, 2 aero, 2 weight rating. Yeah, you definitely need a better bike. So let me know if that is you on our 1.5, 2.5 group rides. Yeah, thanks, dude. I may be old, but my memory is just rock solid. Rock solid, folks. It helps doing this stuff, I'll tell you that. Who's coming next? So we got H. Andy taking that final left-hand bend. I think I did this race course just a little while ago too. Someone else is racing it. Let me think. I don't know if it was this. You know what it was? So last Wednesday, guys, check the races out. Check out the level NSA racing on Wednesdays. I think it goes off at 9:30 Mountain Standard Time. I think anyone's welcome. There was 2 9-year-old kids in there smashing themselves. So awesome. And then right after that, I did Johann's. I might as well announce that too. I'm doing the Columbia series on here. It's a 4-stage race put on by Johan Moreno. He's a Category 3 rider on Sunday. Legit, no joke of a rider. So strong. He's been on MyWhoosh like since the beginning almost. I think it says he has like 145 participations, maybe 146 now, at the Sunday Race Club. That only runs once per week, so you do the math. That's in another video too, guys. H. Andy here, 25th place. Guys, I don't even have that much coffee in me yet today. Imagine if I drank some coffee right now. Actually, I said in one video I need a full-strength cola, and someone was like, no, you don't. You don't. I don't even know who that person was. I thought that was hilarious reading that later. I love the comments. I read every comment. I always see it on videos. I'm like, this guy doesn't read every comment. I read every comment. Joey was harassing me because there's some comments from like 2 months ago I didn't respond to. I'm like, that's because they commented 3 times and I responded kind of all of it at once. I don't feel like commenting on stuff from 3 months ago. But now every comment will be responded to as they come in. I love reading the comments. I love responding. I love when people reach out to me. Michael Nielsen here finishing. Danish rider, 2 watts a kilo. I hope this dude comes back, does some more riding here. Then we're going to have Fabio. Fabio's a little bit down the road here. Got a little bit of a bump over this big bridge. We got over. It's like an overpass. It's like the 4th Avenue flyover into downtown Calgary. Did I tell you I used to have a great career in downtown at one point? Yes, I did, folks. Yes, I did. And then it just went... Career number 2. Sign me up. Sign me up. Let's go, folks. Let's go. Yeah, it does remind me exactly of that. It's 4th Avenue flyover into Calgary. Oil and gas town, folks. Oil and gas town. So yeah, DC Pre-44. Yeah, dude. Work on your gold coins. Do all the bonus stuff. Make sure you're collecting your weekly stuff on there. You know, the weekly goals. There's easy coins in there. I think you can get 2,250 gold coins right there. Yeah. Do all those freebie rides where they do the same ride 6 times over in one day and you get like 1,000, 2,000 coin bonus. Just keep racking them up. Save up for the best bike you can. Don't go for one like, wow, that's pretty cheap. Nah. Do not do that. 4-star, 4-arrow. That's all you gotta wait for. Jennifer Robinson, my husband Hutch. YQM Robinson was feeling under the weather today. Hopefully he can ride soon. I hope so. Let's get him out here. Penelope Daniel Campbell. Yes, it does feel great. I remember the first time he mentioned me. Felt like I was famous. You guys are all famous to me. Penelope's extra famous because she's a member of the channel. I'm just going to say it, Penelope. Thank you so much for being a member. It's a shame more people don't know about this. I'm sure they'd love it. You know what, guys? I don't want to toot my horn. I'm going to start tooting. I'm not going to start tooting, if you know what I'm saying. Back to Oscar now. Everyone that sees the videos thinks they're great. They love it. That's why I love doing this. I keep telling people it's not all about people that are capable of 8 watts per kilo. There's a ton of us out here that ride, I don't know, like 3 to 4 watts a kilo, and that we work hard at it, like super hard. There's a ton of people at 2 watts per kilo that work super hard at it. So I'm trying to show them, put them in the spotlight. Fabio Martins was 27th. Oscar's a little ways out, a couple kilometers to go, and Oscar will be our last person on course, folks. We're going to stick around to the end. I'll hang out in the chat here with you guys. So that's why I do the racing. Okay, so Jennifer, who is your husband? Hutch. Why do I know Hutch? Have I met Hutch on MyWhoosh? Maybe I have. I think there's a lot of people under the weather right now. A lot of people. It's just that time of year. I kind of come and go through it, but I'm so just like in the 10x10 cube of race commentary and playing with the kitty cat. I have this little kitty cat. Love that little cat. That cat is so awesome. She hangs out with me all day down here in the cube. I spend a lot of time in the cube, folks. A lot of time in the cube, making my master plans, making schedules, doing Discord stuff. Yeah, I put a lot of time into this. Like Joey Jojo says, this is like your job. She goes, you put so much time into it. And she gets mad when people don't like the videos. Joey gets mad. She actually posted something yesterday. I said, take that down. Because she's like, you know what? Colin gets sad. Yeah, I do. Joey gets mad. Please like the videos if you watch them. It's just so we can get this out to other people. So then other people can go, hey, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's all I'm asking for. So just like the videos, you know, I'll get like, you know, 800 views on a video and it'll get 4 likes. And I'm like, what? That's it? That's it. Or I've given Joey Jojo full administrative power over my channel. That's why you're going to notice a lot of way better thumbnails. You're not going to see any more thumbnails rehashed. You'll probably notice some strange names on some of the titles now. That's all Joey Jojo. So she's doing a title, watching the video's performance, changing it the next day. I'm like, I don't have time for it. I told her, she goes, well, you have to. I said, I need your help because I'm so busy making the content that I don't have any time left to do all that stuff. Or I'm just absolutely fried at the end of the day. So like after this, I'll probably get my ride in. So I'll spend an hour on the bike, you know, try to a little bit of recovery after that. And then I want to do my second route recon video. You guys have seen the first one, which I think was spectacular. And I'm going to keep doing more. We got a bunch of cool ones coming. I'm the one that's holding that process up. I need to just let the voice chill out for a second and then prepare for like a 20 to 25 minute long commentary on it. We are already filming, scouting, flying through the air above the Alps, above the Pyrenees, above the world's greatest climbs, checking out these courses for you and showing you what they really look like, because I don't care what anyone says. When I ride them, I'm not really seeing what's going on around me. I'm watching numbers and I'm watching the road ahead of me, riders in front, riders behind. I'm not taking in what's going on all around. So yeah, we got a banger coming up in the next one. The next video, should be out very soon. It's another climb that was featured way back when at the Tour de France. It's kind of like what the rider said. Are you trying to kill us? You are trying to murder us. You are all assassins. That's what they said to the race organizers, Henry de Grange and crew, because they were making them go up brutal climbs that we have a hard time climbing these days on their junky old bikes, and the roads weren't even paved. Like, come on. Been fun, guys. Just gonna check this here again. We're just finishing up here. So like I said, man, we stick right around to the end. We've got Oscar Pera finishing up here. We lost Paul Panther, and I think the other rider, the Polish rider here. Ooh, I wish I knew his full name. Octavian, and that name there looks like it could be a Shunik, doesn't it? PRZ, that's how Shunik starts his name. Could that really be? 28 strong riders finishing here, folks. Great job, riders. Thanks for everyone watching. Just going to show you my outro screen, so everyone check the outro screen out. Shredded. I'm not. Just kidding. But I do have a nice platinum blonde shirt on. Yeah. Canada. Great band. Put that on YouTube. You're like, what is he listening to? It's not all Metallica and Megadeth over here, folks. I do like some 80s synth pop. Check this out, folks. Please support the channel if you can. And I'll catch you again real soon.